Who am I? I am Z.Singleton. I was born, I don't think that really matters the year, but I was born in LA and raised in LA. And at some point, I made my way to the IE San Gabriel Valley area where I pretty much spent the rest of like my teenage years that I only had because I kind of graduated early from high school, which was good because the way my life went, I probably didn't even think that literally that I would make it past 18, and that was always my thought. Um, I grew up with my grandparents, just a little bit. I grew up with my grandparents, and at some point, I became like this big rebel. Um, wasn't understanding of what was going on, and I made mistakes, and so I ended up being 14 and homeless and a runaway, and eventually making my way into juvenile hall and then girl placements, and I still managed to graduate at 17. And from there, I pretty much, well, lived my life. And so, and I'm here today. So I don't know if that's really saying who I am. I am a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, a good friend. Sometimes I think I am, and other times I think I'm not. Um, a supporter, a cheerleader for people. I am a chill person. I am sometimes funny, not always, but I try to be, and then it'd be like, ooh. When you see it on video, it's like, that wasn't too funny. So that's who I am, Z.Singleton. And I'm random, and I like to do random stupid stuff. Sometimes it just don't make sense. Go to TikTok, and I have a video where I'm on skates. Can't skate worth a lick, but yeah, it's a whole hot mess, and it's really random. But I wanted to do it, and I tried it, and realized how goofy it was, and it was over with. So yeah. What is the purpose of getting random with Z.Singleton? Well, for me, getting random means so many different things. And it's so funny because you don't realize how many people say, damn, that's random, and in a sentence. And you see it so often. And it's so funny since I actually came up with the name, I swear that's all I hear now is, oh, that was random. Oh, okay. Or I go back to the fact, like I say, like, hey, at the end of the day, it the reason I chose random is because it can mean so many things. People can be random. That could be a random situation, or dang, how did that was so random. I don't understand how that happened. And then you have random conversations, and sometimes they can look different, and what may not be random to one person may be to another. And it just, that's where I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna have random people on, people that I know, people that I don't know, people that I just meet. And I don't know, it depends on what their life is. They may be someone who does glitter on the body, they may be somebody who produces, they may be somebody who goes to crime scenes and cleans them up. It's all random, and that's why you got Getting Random with Z.Singleton. Just to clarify a little bit more, Getting Random with Z.Singleton is also based, even off of season 1, I talk about it, where it's really based off of origin stories. So everybody has a story, where they start from, how they, began life. I mean, of course, we all know how we began life, but where it was, and where it was in that middle, where that struggle was, and then kind of where we go from there. So with it, my podcast is based off of that, because you never know who you may watch and be like, dang, that really made a difference to me. There are times where I can just be scrolling and I'll see something that, and I'll be like, dang, that hit home, because in that moment I was feeling a certain way. And I know everybody hears, everybody is going through something, but you know what, sometimes we just need to know, okay, who is that somebody? And maybe they got the same storyline that we got, and hey, how are they handling it? I will say I'm getting a little bit better with really pointing out, like, okay, what is your struggle? And so that the next person who's listening to it can say, oh, okay, that's how they handle it. Now, it can go two different ways. It can work for you or it cannot work for you. You can choose to use it or you don't choose to use it. But the thing is, it's out there. It's information. It's people saying, okay, this is how I was able to maneuver. And I know when I was growing up, I was like, well, I ain't that person. Well, I don't think that really changes too much, but I think it's about the empathy that happens with it. And like, dang, I get it. And so everybody likes a origin story to me, and it gives me chills all the time. So that's usually why, I'm sorry, that is why I named it Getting Random with Z.Singleton, and that is the purpose of the podcast. I was going to answer at some point, right? What made me want to do a podcast? So I originally wanted to do a documentary, and let's go even back 2 years ago. So about 2022, I was talking with a friend, and I was saying, you know what, I want to do a podcast. She was saying she wanted to do one. At some point, it became dead silent. Prior to that, even I would always think, oh, I would love to just be on a mic and talk. Like, that's cool. But I just didn't do it because, of course, we always have our fears. So back to 2023, when I decided that I wanted to do the documentary, it just kind of seemed like it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. So I said, well, you know what if I do it differently? What if I decide that I just want to, on a podcast, have people come on and share their stories? It all will look different, different stories, different people. And that's kind of where the whole podcast finally came into light. And I stopped being fearful and I just did what I had to do. Because I guess that's what they say. The hardest part is stepping out and starting. And I did it. So let's go. What's my why? Mm, so many whys. My why is because I hope to touch somebody's heart. All my life, I've been touched by people, not in that way, but in by just the crossing paths with them, or watching the movie they created, or seeing their tenacity or resilience, or whatever words you want to use. I've seen it, and it has helped me in some type of way. So, and it's touched my heart. It keeps me wanting to be a good person and just really trying my best. I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I just, the hope, my why is, I don't necessarily, I guess let me put it like this. At some point in my life, I took care, I was a part of human services, and I realized, like, this is not me no more. Therapy, I was supposed to become a therapist. I was like, no, I'm good. That is just not where I'm going. And then I also remember when I remember sitting at a bar with a friend one time, and I looked at him and I said, yo, I want to entertain people. Now, his answer wasn't very encouraging, but I always knew what I wanted to do. So my why is, even at the age I am, is showing people that no matter how old you are, you can pivot, you can live your dreams, you can be who you want to be, and you can't stop. You just can't stop. We're in this world and we only have one to live. At least that's what we think. Sometimes dogs pass by and be like, dang, that seems like that was a human at some point. But anyway, you only have this one life to live, and so you gotta do what's in your heart. And so that's what my why is. Because I hope that somehow myself or whoever comes on this show, older, younger, middle age, whatever, touches somebody at some point. And that's my why. Whew, child, let me tell you. So, so many things. But I'll make it quick. One, definitely stick to your heart. Whatever you feel is what you want to make your show to look like, make it look like that. Do not question. Do not allow others who have no clue what a podcast is tell you what to do. Two, like I said, again, going back to one, you can make it whatever it is you want to. For all I know, people are like, well, why are you so random? Okay, I don't care. That is mine. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's multiple people in this world, and people are gonna understand it. Those who want to. So, you know, go with that. No, always remember, you're gonna have moments where you're gonna be like, oh my God, there are so many podcasts. Keep going, keep pushing. Don't allow anybody to sit there and just throw you off, because we all gonna eat, we all gonna win in one way or the other. You just gotta be ready and know this is what you want for you. Next. Yeah, that's real. Money makes the world go round. Now, there are inexpensive ways of getting things done, and there are expensive ways. Do what you can. Know your budget. Do what you can. Don't stress over it. And don't go and reaching out to people just because they give you a good little beautiful picture. Because honestly, they may be and they may not, but you got to also keep your guard up for now. And just take your time. Be patient. I mean, I'm still learning patience. So don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. The podcast has only been on for since December 1st. So I'm still learning. Take your time and don't be afraid to reach out to other podcasters and ask them questions. And also watch other podcasts, not to steal or anything, but just to see, okay, I got that energy. I know what I can do. I can make this the way, it, and also it just helps. It helps you. It gives you a clear idea. I remember I was watching the Rap City documentary, and please, I do not like doing names. So I just remember they were going to cut one of the hosts. And basically, he went home and watched Martin. And after he finished watching Martin, he came back the next day with a whole new vibe to him that worked for him. And he was on there for a while. So that's what I'm saying to you. You may just find your vibe by watching other people. And it's not a copycat, it's just, it helps. And like I said, don't be afraid to root for other podcasters. I think that's all I got for now. Ask me that question again in a year. What qualifies me to be a host? Yeah, I honestly, y'all, I went to school and got maybe psychology, but could be one. I don't know. There are people who go to for school for journalism. There are people who don't do anything but just got that skill. I just hope that for me, I just hope I'm really struggling with this answer. What makes me a good podcast? Well, I don't know. Because I'm putting it out there and I want to do it, and I do love people, and like I said, when I've always wanted to entertain, and this is the way I want to entertain, and I like having fun, and it's fun. It is. It's fun. It's fun being a host, and I just know that there are more things that even come that I want to do past this, and I just feel like this is the beginning from the ground up. Do I have any um do I have any women that I looked up to in the entertainment business? Well, I look up to a few women, and they're not all in the entertainment business. They are all walks of life, and they all do different things, and I think they are all wonderful women. If I had to go entertainment, I would say Viola Davis, Tia Mari. I I love there's I love Viola Davis tenacity. I love Tia Mari's spirit. She's just, she's always happy. She's about her family, and she loves to cook, and she loves to laugh and dance, and I love to laugh and I love to dance. Even though I can't dance, she got better skills than I do. Um the other women in my life, they are just wonderful. I can't God bless me. That's all I could say. And women rule. Thank you for taking the time to listen to a little bit of Q&A with me, Z.Singleton. And I just want to remind you, March 8th, which is basically Friday tomorrow, is the new season 2, which is episode 1, Lady on the Rocks. Y'all, I hope you guys enjoy it. It will be on YouTube channel Nest Pup Productions. I am Z.Singleton at 12 p.m. And you know what? Until then, stay random, give love. Yeah.